They say the forest keeps its secrets. That sometimes when a place is too quiet, it's not peace you're hearing. It's something watching. The hungry man. I slammed the car door behind me and took a deep breath of the fresh mountain air. The cool wind brushed against my face, and birds chirped cheerfully all around. Laura stepped out, yawning and stretching. She had been the worst co-pilot, giving confusing directions for the first half hour and then falling asleep for the rest of the drive. But her music playlist, absolutely perfect. We had planned this trip for weeks, hoping to escape the city during our student break. As I pulled the supply bag from the car, Laura rushed to the edge of the parking lot, phone in hand, eager to capture the glowing blush of the trees. She snapped pictures, then turned to me, smiling. Her bright eyes and warm grin shone through the camera, outshining the long stretch of woods, the crystal clear lake, and the playful birds that flew past. That smile, it warmed my heart like a comforting fire. We grabbed snacks and began our slow hike down the valley trail. Surprisingly, the place was empty. Just a few parked cars and not a single soul around. The climb was gentle. Every few minutes we stopped to admire the view and take more photos, fragments of memory we'd hold on to. By noon we reached a pristine river. We ate, played cards, laughed, and then continued walking, following the old forgotten train tracks hidden within the trees. But as we walked deeper, the sounds began to fade. No birds, no wind, just the crunching gravel beneath our feet. I didn't dare break the silence as we neared a corner draped in heavy forest. Then, a soft rattling filled the air, and a long, echoing horn. Laura whispered, her voice unsteady. I didn't know this track still worked. I grabbed her hand. Let's just keep walking. But then the train appeared, slow, rusted, and eerie, like something forgotten by time. And with it came a melody, a strange, haunting tune, floating through the trees, soft at first, but growing louder. Laura pulled out her phone to record. As we approached the intersection, the music overtook the sound of the train. It crawled into my skin, cold and wrong. I have a bad feeling about this, but she hushed me, her eyes fixed ahead. I want to film the man playing this music. We rounded the corner, and there he was, a man standing beside the tracks. His back was to us, still, unmoving. He looked like he belonged to the train, unkempt, unnatural, ancient. Something deep inside me screamed to run. I grabbed Laura by the shirt, trying to pull her back, but she slipped away. Phone raised, eyes locked. My legs gave out beneath me. I crawled into the trees and watched, helpless. She walked toward him, entranced, drawn in by the melody. When she was within arm's reach, everything went still. The music stopped. The train vanished. Even the wind died. All I could hear was my heartbeat. The man slowly turned, his skin pale and tight over bones, his eyes empty sockets, black, hollow. He raised a thin, trembling hand and placed it on Laura's cheek. I screamed, a raw, broken sound. My vision blurred. And then, she was gone. There was nothing, only the man, flute in hand, staring directly at me with those hollow eyes. They never found her, just her phone, lying on the ground, still recording static. And sometimes late at night, when everything is silent, I hear it, that same flute, that same melody, that same hunger. Not every song is music. Some are a warning, and some are a call. Still here? Then maybe it hasn't found you yet. Subscribe, like, follow the trail before it follows you. Imagine being forced to sleep, alone, in a room filled with hundreds of candles, every week. No one tells you why. But if the candles go out, something comes for you. Welcome to the candle room. When I was 5 years old, my parents had a strict rule. Every Sunday night, I had to sleep in the candle room. No explanations, no arguments. Just me, An old wooden bed and hundreds of candles lining the walls from floor to ceiling, all lit. After dinner, I'd be led there, tucked under a thick woolen blanket and left alone until morning. No toys, no books, no light, except the flickering glow of wax and flame. The silence was deafening. I couldn't hear a single sound from the rest of the house. No footsteps, no doors, no voices, just the soft crackle of wicks and my own breathing. The room smelled of lavender and smoke. The air felt heavy, like breathing through syrup. One time I asked my mother why I had to stay there. She only said, "It keeps you safe." I didn't understand, but I never asked again. Week after week, year after year, the ritual continued. When I became a teenager, I begged to skip it once. I had a school project and needed to stay up late. My father didn't speak. He just pointed toward the candle room door with a cold stare that froze me in place. So, I went. By the time I turned 18, I thought I had outgrown it. That Sunday, my mother told me, "You don't have to sleep there anymore." I laughed. Finally free, I thought. But that night, I woke up, not in my bed. I was on the cold floor of the candle room. All the candles were unlit, the warm glow, gone. The air, freezing cold. I tried to leave, but the door was gone. Just a smooth, silent wall. Panic gripped me. Then, a voice whispered behind me. Calm, disappointed, terrifying. "Why did you stop lighting them?" I turned, but no one was there. Just shadows, moving, wrong, deeper and darker than anything I'd seen before. Then the voice came again, closer. "You know what happens when the light goes out?" Suddenly memories flooded back. A night I was too sick to sleep in the candle room. The next morning, deep claw marks across my window and the smell of burnt wax in my bedroom. Trembling, I reached into my pocket and grabbed the lighter. One by one, I lit the candles. With each flame, the shadows retreated, the voice faded, and when the last candle flickered to life, the door reappeared. I ran. My parents were waiting. My mother hugged me tightly. My father looked relieved. That night, they told me the truth. When I was born, something came for me. Something that feeds on silence and darkness. The only way to keep it away was light, the fire, the room. But now, it wasn't their job anymore. It was mine. So now, every Sunday night, I light the candles. Because I know it only takes one night of darkness for it to come back. Would you dare spend a night in a candlelit room where darkness remembers your name? If this story gave you chills, hit that like button right now. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon, because you never know when the next candle might go out. Comment below, "I'll stay if you're brave," or "No way" if the dark is already watching you. And remember, keep your lights on tonight. Some voices never fade with time. Some friends stay with us even after we die. The forest hut moving to a new home is always scary, especially when you've just started high school. "I don't know anyone there," I told Mom. "And this is high school." Mom hugged me. "You're the light," she smiled. "People will definitely like you." The first day was strange. Strange faces, strange paths. In the evening after returning from school, I thought of exploring the 6 acres of dense forest surrounding our new 100-year-old house. The trees were so thick that even sunlight could barely get through. As I walked, I saw a boy, about my age, wearing a nose ring, picking something up from the ground. "Hello?" I called out softly. He was startled. "Oh, is this your forest?" I laughed. "Maybe, but it's no problem." He smiled. "Want to see something?" I nodded. After walking a few hundred feet, we came to an old, dilapidated shack. "What is this place, sir?" I asked. "It's an old shack. I used to live a few houses away." Then after a moment's pause, "Or maybe, I used to." "Oh? So you go to Lecton school too?" "Not anymore." His voice was sad. We talked for hours about the town, the school, the people. I returned home at night. At dinner, I told my parents about the boy. "It's nice to make friends." Mom smiled. Dad's face turned serious. There's only one kid your age in our area, Nathan. I didn't ask his name, I replied. If it's him, his family might be in trouble. That's not important, Mom said. Humanity is important. Just be careful, Anthony, Dad said gently. The next day I took the same path again. Maybe I wasn't looking for him, but I hoped to see him, and as if on cue, he was there. But this time he was crying. Are you okay? I asked softly. Oh, hello, sorry, he said, wiping his eyes. What's your name? I asked. Nathan, he replied. We sat in silence. Then my eyes fell on his arms. The wounds. Are you okay? I asked again. He stepped back. It's a disease. I can't stop myself. My dad also went through hard times as a child, I said. It's just, I don't feel anything anymore, and it's driving me crazy. You're not alone, I said, reaching out my hand, but he pulled back again. Sometimes I think, I just wish I could feel alive. A cold whistle passed through the air. I turned. Nathan was gone. That same night a storm came. Clouds roared, windows rattled. My father entered my room. There's news about your friend Nathan. His father has been arrested for the murder of one of his children. What? I was shocked. 2 children are missing. 1 body has been found. We don't know if it's Nathan or not. Is he in custody? His father is. Nathan, maybe not. Dad left. I stared out the window. At that moment, lightning flashed. Someone was standing among the trees. Nathan. I ran toward the forest. Rain, wind, broken branches. As I reached the shack, I saw him. Nathan on his knees, digging in the dirt. Nathan, I shouted. He didn't stop. His hands were bruised, his nails broken. What are you looking for? I asked. It's here somewhere. He sobbed. I was afraid, but I knelt down, began to dig with him. A few feet down, my finger hit something soft. Skin. Is this a body? I asked, trembling. No, no, no. Nathan started crying, but it was a corpse. A young boy, wearing a nose ring. Nathan. Nathan? I looked up, but he was gone. Only the sound of crying remained. I ran back home. I was out of breath. My heart was beating fast. I told my parents everything, but they just kept quiet. Maybe they were scared too, or maybe they already knew something that I didn't. But even today, sometimes, late at night I hear Nathan crying from the hut. That same night I woke up in my sleep. The room was damp, as if a wet being was around me. I looked out the window and there was a handprint on the frosted glass. From the inside, as if someone had touched it from inside the room. Then the same voice came, Nathan's crying, but it wasn't a cry anymore. It had become a scream, long, echoing, like someone screaming from inside their grave. I ran, closed the door, covered myself with a blanket, but the sounds didn't subside. They were now echoing in my ears. The next day, the police said the hut was found burned. Only ashes were left inside, and the charred remains of 2 children were found. But the surprise was this. One of them had been identified. It was me, Anthony. I was shocked. I was alive, right? Then what was all this? Then the person standing in the mirror behind me, who was that? The lights in the room went out. A sentence was written in blood on the back glass. Now you know, some friends don't leave you even after death.